A brazen tourist threw a bottle at the guard, confident in his impunity, but what happened next ruined his entire vacation. A typical morning at Buckingham Palace. The air is filled with the scent of freshly cut grass from nearby parks and the aroma of coffee from nearby cafes. The bright morning sun gilds the palace facade, lending the scene a touch of fairy tale charm. At the center of attention, as always, is the guard. His red and black uniform gleams with spotless perfection, and the tall bearskin hat adds an air of grandeur to his figure. He stands motionless, like a living embodiment of tradition, discipline, and royal honor. The buzzing crowd of tourists around him is like a hive of bees, some snapping photos, others recording videos, and a few planning their day in animated conversations. Among them is a loud, middle-aged man. Dressed in a flashy Hawaiian shirt, with a hefty camera slung around his neck and a cup of coffee in hand, he stands out. His confident gait and smug expression reveal someone accustomed to being the center of attention. "Hey, you there. Not even a smile for a picture? I paid for this, you know." His voice, tinged with a faint accent, draws the attention of those around him. Some tourists laugh, egging him on, while others exchange disapproving glances, but remain silent. The guard, however, remains impassive. His face is as immovable as stone, his gaze fixed ahead, as if he hasn't heard a word. Frustrated by the lack of response, the tourist escalates his antics. Waving his arms dramatically, he mockingly mimics a marching step. "Guess they take away your sense of humor along with your personality. Come on, buddy, give us a smile." His exaggerated display provokes laughter from a group of teenagers. The crowd begins to divide. Some find the man's behavior amusing, while others look at him with growing disdain. "This is too much," whispers an elderly woman to her companion. "What a disgrace!" mutters someone nearby. But the tourist either doesn't notice or chooses to ignore the reactions around him. To him, the guard is merely part of the spectacle, a sideshow no different from the London Eye or a red double-decker bus. "We pay good money, and they just stand there like mannequins. At least give us a little entertainment," he mutters loudly enough for everyone to hear. The guard remains motionless, but there's a subtle tension in his demeanor. Every muscle seems taut, yet he gives no outward sign of irritation. The air feels charged, as though time itself is holding its breath, waiting to see what will happen next. And, as is often the case in such moments, the tension only grows. The man, emboldened by the guard's silence, doesn't stop. His excitement seems to feed on the lack of response. He edges closer, almost crossing the white line separating the guard post from the crowd. "What's the matter? Not even a blink?" he taunts with a smirk. At this point, a security officer intervenes. "Sir, please stay behind the line." To the tourist, this sounds like an invitation. "Oh, so you can talk. I thought you were all just statues," he shouts, his voice dripping with mockery. Stretching out his hand, he reaches toward the guard's iconic bearskin hat. The crowd collectively holds its breath. Phones are already out, recording every second. The guard remains immobile, yet his imposing presence begins to have the opposite effect on the audience. Instead of seeming like a mere attraction, he exudes an aura of majesty and intimidation. The tourist, however, seems oblivious to the shift. "Come on, it's just a hat. What are you, a robot?" he jeers, stepping back and hurling a water bottle toward the guard. The sound of impact reverberates through the air. The crowd freezes, as though someone pressed pause. For a moment, the world goes silent, save for the hum of traffic in the distance. The guard stands firm, but his clenched jaw hints at the strain of his composure. This tiny motion heightens the tension in the air, making it almost palpable. The crowd starts murmuring, the first voices of disapproval surfacing. "That's too much," mutters an elderly woman, shaking her head. "Shameful!" chimes in a younger bystander. Security moves swiftly. A guard steps between the tourist and the soldier. "Sir, your behavior is unacceptable. I must ask you to step back," comes the firm warning. The tourist begins to realize he's gone too far. As he retreats, the surrounding spectators, now recording on their phones, glare at him. The crowd's mood has shifted entirely. Laughter is replaced with condemnation. "Who does that? "This is beyond rude," whispers someone. The man's attempt to appear unbothered fails. His face betrays his growing unease. Just as the tension seems unbearable, a small boy darts from the crowd and trips, landing near the line separating the audience from the guard. Tears well up in his eyes, and he begins to wail. The plastic bottle the tourist threw continues to roll, stopping beside the child, a stark reminder of the incident. The crowd holds its collective breath again. Breaking protocol, the guard gracefully steps forward. He bends down, gently takes the boy's hand, and helps him to his feet. His movements are deliberate but remarkably tender, as though he's accustomed to moments like this. The world seems to pause, captivated by this unexpected display of humanity. After ensuring the child is safe, the guard hands him back to his parents, who stand nearby. "Thank you," the boy's mother whispers, taking her son's hand. The crowd erupts into applause. Cameras flash, and voices murmur with admiration. "What a man!" exclaims the elderly woman, dabbing her eyes. "A true example," adds a man in a suit. The tourist who threw the bottle, meanwhile, shrinks into the background. His smugness evaporates, replaced by visible discomfort. "Shame on you!" a woman shouts, pointing at him. "You're an embarrassment to all of us," another man adds, still recording on his phone. The guard resumes his post, standing tall and immovable, a symbol of unwavering discipline and honor. The weight of his earlier actions lingers in the air, inspiring those who witnessed it. The tourist, now the clear villain of the story, tries to defend himself. "It was just a joke. No need to take it so seriously." His voice sounds hollow amidst the crowd's murmurs of disapproval. "A joke? Disgraceful," the elderly woman retorts, her voice cutting through the noise. Within minutes, 2 police officers arrive. After a brief conversation with security, they address the tourist. "Sir, your actions constitute a breach of public order. You'll need to come with us," they state firmly. His confidence crumbles as he's escorted away, the crowd buzzing with approval. It's revealed that the man is a foreigner. Following a swift investigation, authorities decide on deportation. By evening, he's on a flight back to Russia. The crowd cheers as he's led away. Videos of the guard helping the boy and maintaining his dignity go viral, earning widespread praise online. "Now that's professionalism. A true hero of our time. The pride of the Royal Guard." The guard, adjusting his bearskin hat, resumes his post as though nothing happened. Life at Buckingham Palace continues, but his actions leave an indelible mark, a reminder of dignity, honor, and humanity. Buckingham Palace remains a place where tradition comes alive and inspires.